No, you haven't. Welcome to the sports show.
I've been at
Wait,
two.
we're on the air.
We're on the air.
I wish you'd have been here earlier, folks. Mike Max, Pat Gracie, Lou Nanny, and Zid Hartman.
Louie back from another miserable experience.
Did you know he had a flannel shirt?
No, I did.
I just came from skeet shooting. How do you like that?
Okay, that's pretty good.
No, he's talking about coming back from Europe from the cruise.
Yes.
That was good.
That was
So I
great.
did the Pavic Hall of Fame, the Radio Museum Hall of Fame last night, and speaking of shooting, one of the inductees was Shara, and I introduced him as a guy, you know, all these rural types were there, and I says, here's a guy who's never shot a pheasant out of the car window with a 410, Ron Shara, like the rest of us, you know.
There's a few stories out
Yeah,
there.
you got to have a loaded 410 in the back seat just in case.
You know, back in the day.
Yeah, right.
Sydney, the Minnesota Vikings. You don't look too optimistic today about the Vikings tomorrow night.
I'm not as high on the Vikings as I was. I think this offensive line, I'm not so sure they can protect the quarterback. They got a rookie playing right tackle. They got a guy, Mike Harris, playing guard or tackle. I don't know which ones they're playing. You got two guys on the right side of the line who haven't played 10 games in the pro league. And then at center, I always remember the story when Brown
This is
took
the Bob Johnson
I'm not
story.
going to tell the story.
I hear that story.
But that's how important the center is.
Okay,
so
but
important.
Can I tell you something? The center's not the most important player on the team. The quarterback is.
Not the most important. I says he's very important.
Yes.
Okay.
And then on the left side, Fusco's never played left guard. And Khalil, I think, got terrible ripped last year. I talked to the surgeon who operated on him. He couldn't believe people criticizing guys. He was amazed that the guy was even playing.
Well, they said he had a good camp, so. And
But
he just
had
got
a good
engaged to
camp.
Miss Minnesota, so he's in good place.
The big question is, just like the Gophers, their offensive line was terrible yesterday.
Patchwork.
Huh?
Patchwork.
No pass rush.
No, John Christensen got hurt. It was a tough.
And the quarterback gets nothing but criticism. He has.
How do we get to there? How do we get to there?
No, let's save the Gophers for the
They
next
don't
segment.
protect them.
Okay. Teddy Bridgewater, Patrick, what do you expect from him?
I expect that he's very happy he's getting to play San Francisco in the season opener, and they've lost about 13 players from last year, and they got a coach that, you know, they lost their coach, and it's a nice, easy opener for him to start with, in my opinion. I agree with Sid. Losing Sullivan's bad, but, you know, I think they'll handle San Francisco. I expect San Francisco to run out with their new coach and be all excited, and the first time anything goes wrong, they're going to go right in the tank. I think the Vikings win easy, and I think Teddy has a pretty good day.
Louis.
I think the Vikings will beat him too, but I will tell you this. It amazes me, even though you need a lot of players, how some teams just seem poor one year, and the next year they get, I don't know where they get the players from, but they improve drastically. And not that San Francisco is going to do that, but even though they lost a lot of guys, I don't count them out right away, because they plug in players in football some way, somehow. They get the results. But I do think that the Vikings are going to win, and I do think they're going to miss Sullivan.
Okay, Adrian Peterson. We really don't know what to expect from him. Because last time we saw him was really 2 years ago. We saw him just for one game last year.
I know what to expect. He'll
And
be
you
good
expect
again.
what?
He'll be good again.
But good and great. There's a difference between good
He's
and
going to
great.
be, no, he's going to be great again. He's got all the skills. He works hard. And, you know, sometimes people miss a year because of injury, and they come back and they don't say, well, will he ever play again? A lot of them come back and play great, but this guy's still in tremendous shape. He's a tremendous, tremendous competitor. He's got that mindset. Even though he might have a makeshift line in some ways, he'll find ways to.
Oh, I had a long talk with him the other day. He's 2,500 is his goal and this and that. But I never know. You know, that position, if you lose a half a step, doesn't seem like much.
I don't think he's losing a half a step yet.
I'm interested to see how he likes running without a fullback.
Well, that too.
Doesn't seem like they're going to block him.
He's equally encouraged.
Can I get a
Norv,
turn?
hang on one second. He's equally encouraged because Norv Turner has kind of said, hey, we're getting you the ball. You know, we're going to throw the ball to you.
San Francisco finished 5th defensively last year. They haven't lost players, that many players.
Well, they lost all their linebackers.
They've lost a number of players, but they got their best linebacker back who didn't play last year. And I think they'll be a lot tougher than these two guys think.
You think the 49ers are going to be good?
I think it'll be a very competitive game.
Okay. How is Mike Zimmer different in year 2 than year 1?
I don't think he is, except more experience, probably less likely to screw something up on the sideline, but I don't think he's any different. I think he's the same guy. He's been at it so damn long. I don't think it makes any difference if he's a head coach or an assistant coach. You know?
And I think that's what the key is. When you look at him, you got a great fellow coach in the offense he's got a tremendous track record for his whole career. He's been sensational. And you got the same on defense that Zimmer coaches. So even though he's a head coach, you do have two guys leading up the offense and defense that have got great track records. They're great coaches, and that's what I think the Vikings really benefit from.
Sid?
They do have a good coaching staff. Zimmer calls all the defensive plays. They got a guy with a title, but he doesn't do much on defense. Zimmer
Coach
does.
Edwards.
Huh?
Coach Edwards.
Yeah, Zimmer does it all. But like I said earlier, I think it'll be a lot tougher game. They got a quarterback who's pretty darn good, 49ers,
Kaepernick,
who can scramble with the best of them. And I think it'll be a lot tougher game than you think.
Well, I think it's going to be tough, but I think the Vikings will beat them. But Kaepernick is good.
Yeah, when you can do that, you can do something special. Take a break, come back. Stay with us.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World. Go to BobbyandSteve'sAutoWorld.com for huge savings on everything from convenience store items to everything under the hood of your car.
Quality. It's the result of shared values. The joy found in an honest day's work. Respect for true American craftsmanship and the need, not the want, to get things right. It's the result of remembering your roots, being forever humbled by how far you've traveled and forever hungry to push on further. Quality is a result. Quality is who we are. Cambria. Family owned, American made.
You're watching CW-23.
All right, let's see. Oh, we got a problem, kid. Air handler blew the bearing. Down for the count. Bearing took the belt out, smoked the motor. Odor made the security guy smell something, you know, not right. He calls me. Do I panic? Freak out? No. I call Grainger. They got everything. What we need when we need it. It's always something. But Grainger makes it easy. Can't beat easy, kid. Get it? Got it? Good.
Welcome to Subway. What can I make for you? You'll love our new rotisserie style chicken. 100% white meat, herb seasoned pulled chicken, slow roasted till it's irresistibly tender, and fresh toasted with melty cheese. We top it off with sweet honey mustard and all the crisp veggies you like. On your favorite freshly baked bread. It's a whole new taste from Subway like never before. Our new Subway rotisserie style chicken won't be here for long, so try one today. Subway. Eat fresh.
Do you need a car but credit problems are holding you back? CarHop can help with as little as $99 down and fast approval. We understand buying a car is a big decision. With a 7-day money-back guarantee and an outstanding warranty, you know you've made the right choice. Fast approval and the peace of mind of a money-back guarantee and a great warranty. Call or visit carhop.com today.
CarHop, cars and credit to go. Cars and credit to go.
Main Street is filled with hopes and dreams. The only thing you need is the right partner. The beacon of light that shines, that says we are in this together. That is Beacon Bank. Locally owned and community committed. They understand what you need. And they are your personal answer. Your friend in business and in life. Allow the folks at Beacon Bank to be a part of your life because they make dreams come true. Beacon Bank, it's a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Looking for a nice, big, juicy rack of ribs?
Fabulous chops, huge steaks, and the Buddy Bowl? Then J.D. Hoyt's is the place for you. Hoyt's opened in 1983, and Mike Andrews and his partner John White have kept this Minnesota tradition at the top of the food chain. Managing owner Pat Montague gives us a tour.
At J.D. Hoyt's, enjoy a relaxed atmosphere, great food, friendly service, private dining room, second-to-none happy hour, and great outdoor dining, just blocks from the new ballpark.
Located at 394 in North Washington. Locally owned, nationally known. Hoyt's.
Still there.
J.D. Hoyt's. Stop on by for a good steak dinner anytime. J.D. Hoyt's in downtown Minneapolis, locally owned, nationally known. Come to downtown Minneapolis for anything. It's the place to talk sports and much more with Pat and the gang. J.D. Hoyt's on Washington. Welcome back to the sports show. The Gophers yesterday, Sydney.
They're very fortunate to win. They're not as good as I thought they'd be. And I think the coaches feel the same way now.
Are they just playing good competition, though?
Yeah, well, I think Colorado State College will win a lot of games. I mean, physically they handled the Gopher offensive line and defensive line. And if they don't intercept that pass and they get the chance to kick the field goal, I don't think there's any chance they win the game.
Well, it was overtime. It's a coin toss at that point.
The other team, 55 seconds, they marched right down the field.
With a big help from the referee.
I was going to say, I don't want to sound like Sid here, but they did get a terrible interference call.
Terrible interference call.
I know you like to always defend the referees. Oh, the referees are the greatest. The referees, they don't make mistakes. I thought they made a mistake on that.
Well, I thought it's a Big Ten officiating crew, and they called a lot of calls. I mean, people aren't there to see them.
So the question kind of becomes, Patrick, are they better served having played 2 tough games to start the season? Do you think they'll be a better team in November? Because
I think that was a hell of a win because they were still licking their wounds from the TCU game, and they're lucky Colorado State's quarterback stinks. That first guy,
and the receiver was
the first guy was awful, and their good receiver wasn't playing. But Leidner's an interesting case because he's got a better chance to complete a 35-yard pass downfield in traffic than throwing one from me to you. And we make all these defenses from Leidner. Leidner's problem is not being pressured. It's he can't throw a 5-yard pass. He can't. He has no touch on the short ball. When he missed that, Nick Hart, was it?
45, yeah.
On the series before the series they went down the field. I mean, God almighty. An 8-year-old kid could make that throw. He can't make the short throw, and then he can make the he even can throw the ball in the seam okay.
The one he threw to KJ May was a thing of beauty.
He just can't throw a short ball.
Well, I'll let you know a little secret. I think
he got bad knees just like Khalil?
They're going to look at the quarterback situation this week.
Sure they are.
Well, I think they're going to have to because it happened last week against TCU. We saw it a lot last year. He's got to be better, more consistent passing, or the Gophers aren't going anywhere. So if he's not going to be, and if you're worried about that, you might as well take a chance on somebody. If you have somebody who can throw the ball, I don't know if they do, but if they have somebody that they're confident can eventually become a good throwing quarterback, they might as well start using them.
But do you think that you could make a case, you say, hey, he just played 2 good defenses, now for 2 weeks he'll get his confidence back against Kent State and Ohio, and then he'll be ready for the Big Ten?
No. Last year we saw the same thing. There's too many times that he's not completing enough passes. You got to be able to pass the ball in the Big Ten, or you're not going to win. And I'm telling you, yesterday they were very lucky.
In fairness to him, they have no wide receivers. Holland.
Wartarski had a good game
yesterday. Holland drops the ball right in his hands, which was a very key drop. They missed Cobb by a mile.
It's true, but this kid, this Rodney Smith, is a lot like David Cobb.
We'll see.
He's going to be fine.
They missed Williams a lot.
But that's college football.
Everybody
loses that in college football. That's
they leave. But Wolotarski was terrific.
Over 100 yards receiving, and they think that he's found himself.
Yeah, he's great. He was
Leidner's going to play.
He was a lot better passer last year when he had Williams making a sensational
that does
catch.
help.
Hold on.
No, he wasn't.
Early on, he wasn't.
He
No,
was never
wasn't.
a lot
You're
better,
forgetting
better
some of these.
passer.
No.
He's not a bad.
gotta-
I think they
he's gotta
should
become a better
I think
passer.
they should run him more often.
Well,
Yeah, so
he is a load.
So do
But
I.
I was
I don't
surprised
know
that
what-
Colorado State's line took care of Minnesota's line yesterday, Louis.
Well, I was too. That was one of the biggest surprises.
Because you always said the Big Ten's going to.
Not only that, and they've had a history of being very
What was
good.
the biggest surprise?
The Colorado line took care of the Gopher offensive line like they did, because the Gopher offensive line last couple of years has been very good, and they were good against TCU. I maybe they just had an off day, but maybe they got to start running the ball a little
Christensen got
outside.
hurt again, huh?
Yeah, he got hurt against. They don't know what the short term is. Now they do have 2 weeks where they can, they can play.
Kent State's awful.
Yeah, they played Illinois and yeah.
Northwestern's pretty good.
Northwestern.
Yes, they are.
Who else do you like?
That's their
Michigan
first
had
road
a
game.
big win yesterday.
Huh?
Michigan and Michigan State had impressive wins yesterday.
That was a great football game, Michigan State and Oregon. That looked like a game between two NFL teams. Boy, what talent on both sides of that team. Oregon's got a tight end. He could play for anybody tomorrow, boy. And that was a great football game. That coach at Michigan State is one of the best they've ever had in the Big Ten.
You got to give him credit too, D'Antonio, because he had to spend all winter answering questions about Harbaugh, and he's. I did like his post-game interview when he said, blah 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 blah. Come to Michigan State, basically said to the recruits, because I'm sure he's sick of hearing about Harbaugh.
Lou, is the Big Ten it looks like it's going to be as good as we've seen it in recent years. Is that good for the Gophers? Do they float with that?
Well, we hope they do. I think it's real good for the Gophers just to be in the Big Ten, because for us, first of all, as people who go to the game and watch the game, you want to see good football. And then when teams are good, you got to get yourself good, and it's going to be competitive. Illinois was good yesterday too, by the way.
I haven't asked you this. I don't. Maybe we've talked about it. I don't remember. But this is off the beaten path. But
Big Ten
ultimately,
stinks.
will Big Ten hockey be as good as the WCHA, or do you think it's never going to go back to the luster?
I think it's going to be.
I mean, the rivalries and the things that we.
I think it's going to be tough to be as good as the WCHA, and the reason why, it's not because you got newer schools in the Big Ten. When the WCHA was really good, most of the preponderance of hockey players were coming to the WCHA from all over except the East. Now, everybody's getting the ones out of Minnesota, out of North Dakota, out of Michigan, Illinois, wherever there's hockey players, they're going all over.
Okay.
And so it's going to be tough to be as dominant as WCHA was.
I think it depends upon what happens to the East. If Wisconsin continues to not care about hockey, then the Gophers don't have the big arch rival, and I think they got to see the Wisconsin program
That
come
brought
back
up
up.
hockey.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well,
They got to see a couple of them come
I
back
only
up.
brought up hockey because you like to talk about it all the time. So I thought, let you talk about it September too. Take a break, come back.
Ever wonder, why do I hear but not understand? Scientists at Cambridge University discovered the answer. Inside your cochlea, there are thousands of tiny hearing hair cells. Poor hearing occurs when regions of these hair cells die. Amplifying a dead region with hearing aids makes you hear worse, not better. The result of this study is a hearing clarity breakthrough. Using standard test equipment, dead regions of your cochlea are identified. Then, a new type of frequency-shaping hearing aid is programmed to bypass the dead regions. Only your usable hearing hair cells receive amplification. Brilliant. A local study is underway. 100 citizens with hearing problems are needed to receive this testing and then wear the tiny device for 10 days, recording your results. Call now to see if you qualify. Volunteers may keep the product at a special discount if they desire. Don't miss this opportunity. Call now.
Thanks for watching CW-23.
Hi, I'm John Hines. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World is the place you should come for car washes, oil changes, tires. As a matter of fact, anything and everything under the hood of your car. You're in great hands at Bobby and Steve's Auto World, where serving people is the most important part of their business.
Schedule an appointment online for your spring car care special. Get an oil change, car wash, tire rotation, and $5 on your World Rewards card for only $39.95. While there, visit our convenience store or enjoy something from our Chevy grill.
Welcome back to the sports show. The Minnesota Twins, we've said this for some time. We thought that we might do our last show where they were still relevant, and they're still relevant, Patrick.
Yeah, they. I don't know how you make it to the finish line with this starting rotation.
It's hard to figure, isn't it?
You know, now they're going to try 6 of them. They're going to keep running different guys out there, but you know, it would help if you know, Malone had been their best lately, and then he got hammered yesterday. Kyle Gibson's been a big disappointment since the All-Star game.
Some good, some bad.
But what the hell? I guess that extra wild card is the greatest thing that ever happened. You got. The thing about it is, for that extra wild card, they're fighting a bunch of other mediocre teams, too.
They sure are.
Mediocrity is fighting mediocrity.
Yeah, Rangers are really struggling. Go ahead.
Well, you know, when I really thought that this is the Twins' year, when they were playing Kansas City, when they won that overtime
extra innings in baseball.
Extra inning game, when Sano hits the home run. Did you see twice and 2 times in a row that Kansas City should have won, could have won?
I know, it just didn't happen. Yeah.
The other played shortstop.
They couldn't lose the game when they lost the
That's
game.
exactly right. I said they're going to win this game, and this is the year that I think they're going to be in it. I think if you look at their schedule, it's not a daunting schedule, and I think they're going to make
but
it.
But they got one of those teams that could lose 5 in a row like that, too. So it's hard.
But they're sticking in it.
Yeah.
The highlight of that night, though, was when the pitcher for Kansas City turned around and looked at where that ball was going. He looked like he was looking for a satellite when Sano hit that ball. He goes, "Wah!"
What were you going to say, Sid?
Every time you feel they're going to go into a bad slump, they come back. I think the manager and that coaching staff has done the best teaching job of almost any major league team. I think that pitching coach has done a great job, even though I don't have a great relationship with him. I think that Eddie G has done a good job in the
Very
bullpen.
good. He's been outstanding in the bullpen.
Yeah.
I think that the job Molitor and the coaching staff has done. I sat next to a major league coach a couple of weeks ago, and he said they have done the most amazing placing fielders he's ever seen.
Playing the shift.
But why don't you have a good relationship with Eddie G? I didn't hear that story.
Pardon me?
Oh, you haven't heard that?
No.
Oh, that's it.
He just don't like me. That's
Hard to believe.
He's not the only one. A lot of people don't like me.
Yeah.
But he's the one.
Yeah. I don't know why that is.
I don't know.
You know?
They love you at the
I don't
Pavic
know why
Hall
they
of
love
Fame.
you.
They put you in, for
Yeah, the
God's
Pavic.
sake.
They all love you.
I knew it
Everybody
would
loves
work.
you.
I knew it would work. Do you like the one-game wild card, though, Ben? That
No,
seems
I
like
don't,
you're playing for a
but-
long time for
I
nothing.
don't, but, you know, I guess I've given up because we were responsible, by the way. The Twins and the Tigers, the 2009,
Yeah, the great game.
The 2009 game is when baseball said, okay, how do we guarantee us that we're going to have one of these,
Yeah.
2 of these every year? So that's what they did. But I don't like it, but what the hell? The Twins would be, they'd be 4 or 5 games behind the Yankees, and we
Yeah, it'd be over,
wouldn't think that they had a chance to catch them. Now they don't.
Well, they had the best commissioner in baseball they ever had, and he found more ways for them to make money. And that one wild card thing is another thing, because the Twins would be out of it, 12 and a half games out of first place. But now they're still interested in the Twins because they got a chance, and other teams too.
Okay.
The Yankees too.
Angels, Rangers, or Twins? Who do you take for the last wild card spot?
I kind of like Texas. I mean, with Hamels if he comes back. But anyway, what I wanted to say though was that that's obviously been a great thing, having that wild card as far as maintaining some interest. But how about some of the teams that have gone completely in the tank? How about the Washington Nationals? Oh my God!
Baltimore was in it, and all of a sudden they went.
Baltimore are awful. Yeah.
Detroit, even though they,
Yeah.
I mean, they've
Tigers
been
quit.
disaster.
They're going to get the
quit.
manager fired. You might have Gardy.
Yeah.
That's
That'd
the
be
rumor.
good. That's good.
All right, take a break, come back. When we come back, we'll finish up this edition of the Sports Show. Stay with us.
If you guys could go on a free shopping spree anywhere, where would you go? I'd go to the grocery store. Pizza, ice cream. I'd go shop for clothes. You know where I go? I go to Ticket King. Ticket King! At Ticket King, you can buy great seats for the Vikings, the Wild, the Timberwolves, and of course the Twins. We love the Twins. Yep, this is where I go. Vikings, Twins, Wild, Timberwolves, Gophers, theater, and concerts too. For details, go to TicketKingOnline.com. Any ticket, anytime, anywhere. It's the real thing. It's Ticket King. Right, Dad?
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
That's for sure.
You're watching CW-23.
Main Street is filled with hopes and dreams. The only thing you need is the right partner. The beacon of light that shines that says we are in this together. That is Beacon Bank. Locally owned and community committed. They understand what you need. And they are your personal answer. Your friend in business and in life. Allow the folks at Beacon Bank to be a part of your life because they make dreams come true. Beacon Bank, it's a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Loaded question.
Beacon Bank, responsive, reliable, and reassuring. Partner with them. Live the American dream. Beacon Bank can take you there for sure. Local bank, and they do it right all the time. Welcome back to the show. Timberwolves got some terrible news this week in Flip Saunders.
That was pretty sad. He's been a lifetime friend. I met him the first day he came on the campus. And for over 50 years, our families have been very close. And this was the greatest opportunity he's ever had. #1 draft choice, everything else. And all of a sudden he comes up with that cancer. And now something's gone wrong or something because they put him in a hospital. And he definitely won't. I don't think he'll coach this year at all. Sam Mitchell will do a good job, but that's beside the point. I mean, it really grieves me that this guy has lived for this moment, and now this happens to him.
I was talking to Joe Schmidt, who went through it. You know, he had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and even though it's very curable, that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. And they beat he says you get about 3 chemo treatments and you're thinking, oh, okay, this isn't so bad. And then it beats down your immune system. And you go through hell for a while, and I think Flip's going through the downside, and he'll come back out the other side.
Mm-hmm.
But I would imagine he's probably hospitalized for something to do with his immune system.
Sure, exactly, because that could shut down, as I understand it. You had a question for Louis.
Yes, in your old age, you're becoming a trap shooter now. Are we going to have you go out hunting lions or some damn thing here pretty soon?
No, the Governors Union put a benefit on for Jared Allen.
Even in flannelist maroon and gold.
Yeah, I had to do that.
Yes.
It matches, doesn't it? But that is something. I never did that before in my life.
It's not easy, man.
I was trap shooting today.
Trap shooting.
Oh, you were?
I'm getting ready to go over and kill a
when you
lion.
put Sid on a stick on the when you finally put Sid's picture on the clay picture.
Now I got another question.
Yeah.
When we go to Nanny's Steakhouse, we just sign the tab and they send it to the guy that
Just put Sid's name on it.
Same way Sid's been doing it for years. All right, we're at that juncture of the show, Sid, that everybody waits for. Sid on Sid. Sid, look into the camera and give some final thoughts.
Well, I think the Vikings will win tonight, but I think that
tomorrow night
the big test is whether the offensive line can protect the quarterback and open up holes for Peterson. It's certainly not the offensive line they thought they would start the season with. They thought that would be a very strong point. It isn't. One weakness.
Very good. A good one to end on. See you back here next week, everybody.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World. Go to BobbyandSteve'sAutoWorld.com for huge savings on everything from convenience store items to everything under the hood of your car.